All right, welcome. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with these three people, and if more people show up later, then that's cool. First, I just want to ask, is anybody new to yoga or to this class?
I mean, I'm new to the class, but I've done yoga in the past.
Okay, cool. So if you are, this does not apply to faculty members, but if you're a faculty spouse, then I just want to make sure that you've done the waiver. If you are a faculty member, then no worries. And with that, I guess I'll introduce myself. My name is Romy. I've been doing yoga since I was like 16. I'm a senior here at BYU studying exercise and wellness. I hope to go into PT after this. I won't do this every yoga class. I'm a new teacher for this time frame. So I just wanted to let you guys get to know me. Some basics of my class, I guess, the way I teach. You're welcome to unmute yourself and comment, give me any questions during the class. I don't really mind if the other students don't mind. So there's that. I feel like there should be a free flow of communication between students and teacher or instructor. I'm sure if any of you guys are teachers, then you feel the same way. Also, I will be opening like the Zoom meeting like 10 or 15 minutes earlier than the class actually starts. So if you ever have any questions or like special requests, or if you want to send something in the chat before we get started so I can see it like before I'm on my mat stuff, then you're welcome to do that too. My goal is to make yoga like a yes for everyone, possible for everyone to do. So I'll be offering modifications as well as level ups. But if you have any like specific injuries or concerns or anything, just let me know. And I'd be happy to especially focus on like one thing. You'll notice I might be using a block for a lot of my like seated poses. I have a hip injury right now. So that's just like one example of like a modification that you can make if you also have a hip injury. But if you have anything else specific, just let me know. If any of you guys have questions about music, so I won't be playing music because this is over Zoom. I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe I should. If you'd like me to, let me know. But if you'd like me to send you like YouTube links or anything like that, I can definitely do that as well. I'll stay like 5 minutes after class as well if you have any questions or if you want to get those resources. Other things, I like to start off my class with like a little thought. If for any reason you guys don't like that, let me know. I know like, especially at BYU, yoga might be a little bit different than if you go to a studio. I like to make it mainly like anatomy focused, but I still like to have a little thought about like kind of to tie it all together, if that makes sense. So just let me know your feedback for that. And like I said before, if you have any questions or comments or feedback, feel free to just send me a message in the chat. You can do that for everyone, or you can send me a message privately. So with that, I guess I'll just say, are there any questions before we get started? All right, I'll take that as a no. So this class is advertised as gentle yoga. If you guys would like it to be a little more upbeat in the future, then let me know because I don't mind doing whatever. Thank you for being here so early. If you guys all want to join me on the mat, I won't be able to see the screen super well once I get on my mat, but yeah, so I'll go sit down back here. Also, if my audio doesn't work at all, just let me know. I want to make sure you can hear me. All right. So if you just want to find a comfortable seated position, like I said, I'm using a block to sit, and you're welcome to find a block or a cushion. And that'll kind of elevate your hips and open up the hip flexors just a little bit more if they're tight. And just take a moment to bring your attention to your breath. You might want to close your eyes here. You can have your arms and your hands open on your knees if you'd like. You're welcome to have your eyes closed as you bring your focus and your attention to your breath. And at the beginning of our class today, I just kind of wanted to give a thought about timing. Yesterday during church, we talked about everything in its own time, at least in my ward. And it kind of got me thinking, we have different timings in our life. We have different things that we expect to be within a certain time frame or not within the time frame that they end up being in. And we kind of have to adjust our expectations to fit with God's timing. And especially today being the first day of a new semester, it might be a little bit hectic. If some of you are like me, this came a little bit faster than you anticipated, and maybe it's not within your timing, or maybe it is, and maybe you're prepared. We have seasons of busyness and seasons of slowness. But despite however you're feeling about everything else going on right now, maybe you're nervous for classes, maybe you're not. The time right now is to relax. It's to spend your focus 100% just on your yoga practice. So we can let everything else go. All the questions about timing or whatever else is going on. And now that our attention's solely on our practice, focused a little bit on our breath, we're going to add a little bit of movement to this. So if you want to follow me, we're going to inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Interlace the fingers and exhale, reach your hands out in front of you. Inhale those arms up. And exhale them behind you. Interlace the fingers and see if you can reach back on the inhale as far as you can. Exhale. Inhale, bring your hands back to heart center. And exhale. Okay, I'll do this one more time from a side view so you guys can also see that. Okay, so on the inhale, we're going to reach our arms up to the sky. Exhale them down to heart center. Inhale, deep breath. Interlace the fingers and exhale your arms, reaching them in front of you. Inhale, up. Exhale, release the hands, bring them behind you. Interlace the fingers and inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale them up. Exhale to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, interlace the fingers, reach them out in front of you. Inhale up. Exhale, release back. Interlace the fingers and inhale, reaching your hands back. Exhale, release. One more time, just inhale your arms up. And exhale, heart center. All right, so we've gotten a little bit of movement into our arms, our upper body, our breath. I'm going to remove my block now. If you're also using a block, you can do that. And we'll come to our hands and our knees in a tabletop position. So just hands on the mat underneath your elbows and shoulders, hips stacked on top of your knees. And tabletop, we're going to add a little bit more movement to our breath. So on our inhale, we're going to drop the belly, look up to the sky in cow. And the exhale, we're going to arch the back, tuck the tailbone to the chin, cat. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So we're going to start this off pretty slow. It's a great chance to warm up the spine, especially with it being so early in the morning. You can do this to your own breath. Let's do about 3 more breath sequences. All right, sorry, my AirPods are falling out. Let's come back to neutral spine. And from here, we'll tuck the toes. We're gonna lift the hips up and back to our first downward dog of the day. Let's walk out the feet a little bit, stretching out the backs of the legs. So you can drop one heel and then the other. We'll be here just a couple more breaths. Maybe bring that to stillness if you'd like. And let's step up the feet to the hands, entering our first forward fold of the day. So the backs of your legs might be a little bit tight if you're like me from sleeping all night. So let's just hold this a moment. Try walking the hands to the right side. Let your body hang just a little. And then to the left side. Even that out on both legs. Back to center. Let's place our hands on our shins. Lift up halfway to a flat back. Exhale down. And inhale all the way up to standing position. Arms reach the sky and exhale, hands to your sides. All right, let's take a step to the back of our mat if you're not there already. And we'll do some salutation. We're gonna start with Sun A. My guess is this will probably be a big part of our morning practices, unless we have other specific requests. So we'll do sun salutation 2 or 3 times this morning. If you know what it is, that's perfect. If not, I'll lead you through it. So we'll inhale those arms up, reaching to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna lift up halfway. So it should be about a 90-degree angle in our hips. Exhale, reach your hands down. If you'd like to, you can walk out your hands into a plank, or if not, you're also welcome to take a big step to the front of your mat, place your hands on the mat and step back to a plank. You're welcome to be in a plank on your toes or on your knees. The main thing is just a long straight line from your head to wherever's touching the mat. And Let's lower down to the mat all the way to the ground. Untuck the toes. Let's lift up into a baby cobra. So here, most of the weight is on our body. It's not on our hands. You should be able to take your hands out to the side like this, and your back stays the same. Deep breath in and exhale down. Tuck the toes. You can either jump straight into downward dog from here, or you can move through tabletop, press the hips back, and up into downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's take a step up to our hands, back into forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, reach down. See if you can reach a little bit further. And inhale to a standing mountain pose. And depending on whether you'd like to walk your hands out in front of you or take a step up, you can either stay at the front of your mat or take a step to the back of your mat, whichever one you'd like. And we'll repeat that whole thing one more time. So inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands come to your mat. Step back to plank or step your hands up to plank. Exhale all the way to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. And we're gonna lift those hips back and up into downward facing dog. We'll hold downward dog for just a couple of breaths. You're welcome to walk those feet out again. I do this out of habit, but you're also welcome to just find stillness in the pose. Let's step or jump the feet up to the hands. Back to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Inhale up to our mountain. All right, so that was our sun salutation A. Next, we're going to do a little bit of lunging sequence. So let's inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Just for a little extra stretch in the hamstrings, let's lift up halfway. Exhale down, reach just a little bit further. Place your hands on the mat and step your right foot back. So right now, our right leg is one long straight line. We're gonna try and have our left knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Now let's drop that right knee to the mat, untuck the toes. I hope you're feeling a stretch in that right hip flexor, the front of your body there. And from here, we're gonna lift up the torso, reach your arms to the sky, deep breath in. And if you can, here's a great opportunity for a little bit of a back bend, a heart opener. Heart openers are great in the morning, they're energizing. And exhale those hands back to the mat. From here, we'll walk that left foot across to our right hand and drop that left knee down to the mat. So we're in a half pigeon pose. The right leg is still long and straight. Our left knee is bent. And we want to keep ourselves tall on the mat right now. We don't want to be like falling over to the left side. So this is called half pigeon. And because it is early in the morning. Let's keep that spine tall. You're welcome, if you want to place your left hand in the mat and to take your right foot in your right hand for a nice stretch in that right quad. And if you are holding onto your right foot, you can release that, bring your right hand to the mat. Now we're going to drop onto that left hip, swing that right leg around, and hug it into your chest. This is a great stretch for the glutes and the piriformis. And if you can, we want to keep that spine tall and hug our knee into our chest, not our chest into our knee. And let's release that. Bring that right leg behind you where it was before. Back through pigeon, tuck that right toe, and step back to a plank. From here, let's step that left foot up. Oh, sorry, right foot up. So we're in a lunge on our right side. We'll just hold this for a second, starting to lengthen that left hip flexor. And let's drop that left knee, untuck the left toes. And we'll start to take the weight off of our hands, lifting the torso. Inhale those arms up. Slight back bend into crescent pose. Exhale, release those hands to the mat. And we'll walk that right foot to the left hand, dropping the right knee to the mat. Left leg is still long and straight behind us. The tall, upright half pigeon. And once again, you're welcome to place your right hand in the center of the mat in front of you and grab your left foot with your left hand for a quad stretch. If this doesn't work for you, you're also welcome to stay in just a tall half pigeon. And if you are holding on to that foot, let's release it now. And we're going to drop onto our right hip, swing that left leg around, hug it into your chest. Once again, here we want to have a tall, straight spine, and we're bringing our knee to our chest. And on the next exhale, let's release. Swing that left leg back through our half pigeon, tuck that left toe, place your hands on the mat and step back to a plank. From our plank, we'll lower down all the way to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Rather than going through to downward dog, we're gonna lift up into a tabletop position. So in our tabletop position, we have our shoulders, elbows, and wrists stacked, and our hips stacked over our knees. We're gonna tuck those toes. So our toes are on the mat and sit back onto our heels. Hopefully you get a nice stretch in the balls of your feet here. It can be a little intense, so you're welcome to sit up a little bit higher, or if it works for you, to place all of your weight back on your feet. You're just going to breathe into this stretch for a moment. I think the feet are often neglected. They don't get stretched as much as they should. And from here, we're going to lift the hips up to a tall kneeling position. We can untuck those toes for just a second, let them rest. We're going to do camel pose right now. So I'll demonstrate it and then you're welcome to follow along. And this is a great heart opener for early in the mornings. It is kind of an intense back bend. So if you do have any back issues, I recommend just doing a slight back bend, or at any point in the practice, you're also welcome to enter child's pose, which looks like this. So with your big toes together, knees apart, reaching towards the end of your mat. So know your body, know your limitations. For camel pose, we'll have those feet tucked one more time. We're going to take a deep breath, make sure the spine is straight to begin with. You can place your hands like they're in your back pockets. Inhale and start to arch the back. Small back bend here. Make sure you're looking straight ahead. We're already extending the spine, so we don't want to be twisting it side to side while we're extending the spine. Then if you can, you're welcome to walk your hands down your legs to your ankles. Let the head fall back. And then whenever you're ready to exit the pose, just walk your hands back up and you can come back to your kneeling position. So you're welcome to try that pose now if you'd like. So in just a moment here. And wherever you are, let's come back to that kneeling position. Deep breath in. If you did just do camel pose, this is a great chance for us to do the very opposite. So we'll bring those toes together, extend the knees wide on the mat, and reach. Slowly walk your hands forward. So we just did a spinal extension. Child's pose is a spinal flexion. So they're very opposite movements, and we don't want to shock the spine by moving into one super fast right after the other. But it just kind of wake up your body. From here, let's walk the hands back to our kneeling position. You're welcome to come to another seated position on the mat or stay in your kneeling position. I'm going to grab my block to sit on. And we just have one more minute of the practice. So whatever comfortable seated position you're in right now, take a deep breath. Exhale. Thank yourself for coming to this practice. We were able to warm up our bodies a little bit, awaken the spine and our minds. I want to thank you for, especially this first day of school, being here today, doing something good for you. And on the next inhale, we'll inhale our arms up to the sky. Your hands to heart center. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. Namaste. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be here for a minute, so let me know. Thanks for coming.